welcome to another episode of the Bourbon Buds. I'm Zach and this is Nick. This week we're reviewing Blood Oath Pact 8. Nick, do you care to tell us more about it?
Sure. So what this is, it is a mixture of 3 different rye bourbons. One is aged for 14 years, the second is aged for 11 years, and the last one is aged for 8 years. Now, what's special about the last barrel in particular is that it's finished in a Calvados cask. Now, Calvados is just a type of brandy that is produced in Normandy, France.
Yeah, and Calvados is also, it's not just any brandy, it's made out of apple and pear, or pear. So I would expect this be a very fruit-forward rye. Mm-hmm. What's really cool about the Blood Oath is it's released every year. Every year is different, so some years may be different age statements of whiskeys, and they're all aged in different things. So it's always a nice surprise. Anything that I've had from them has been good. So even though it's a surprise, it's always going to be good. But yeah, Nick, you ready to try it?
Absolutely. Cheers.
Yep, already on the nose, it's already apple and pear and just very fruit. Not like red fruit, but just like something, tree fruit.
Mm-hmm. You can kind of get a little bit of butterscotch on there. Yeah, it's basically just apple, pears, and a little bit of butterscotch here and there.
What do you think about it, Nick?
Yeah. Whatever's on the nose is what's on the palate, but what I like about it is that it's a very fruity, just like Zach said, it's a very fruity type of bourbon. But it's very smooth for what you'd expect it to be. Like citrusy bourbons, you would all kind of expect them to be maybe a little bit tart on the finish, but this is a very smooth bourbon. What's funny about the finish is you can taste a little bit of chocolate and butterscotch just on the very end of it, and that's kind of like that's what I like about it. It's a good. I would say it's a good fall bourbon. Would you agree with that? Or a summer?
Yeah, it's definitely more of a fall. Just where it's so apple forward, but it's always released in the spring. What I think is incredible is what the finish of the Calvados finish does to the whiskey itself, because you don't really taste any like signature rye like flavors like citrus or mint. It's still it's slightly spicy, but the finish overtakes it. And I'm not like a huge fan of finished whiskeys, but I mean this one's really good.
This one's very good.
So they're a little bit more on the expensive side for retail. I think they go for $175, $200 retail. For me, I think it's really good, but you have to like finished whiskeys to enjoy this. Somebody that's like strictly, they don't like that kind of thing, it may not be for them, but personally, I really like it.
Personally, for me, I kind of think that, what was it, $175, $200?
Yeah.
That price tag is steep.
It is, yeah.
I would think this is just my money bias coming in. I think it's worth more like $120 to $150 than it is $200. But I mean, you can't. This bourbon has its qualities. It's very good.
I would agree with that. And one more thing I'm going to add about all the Blood Oath releases.
Okay.
You can actually find them when they're released.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal today because a lot of allocated things that come out, you can't find them. So
unless you go to the distillery.
Yeah, or pay for them.
Yeah.
So it's always nice to be able to find an allocated product when it's released.
I agree with that. But yeah, if y'all ever want to get this bourbon out, you're getting a good one. I think you're getting a good one. So, with that, this concludes our episode of the Bourbon Buds. Be sure to tune in next week for another video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And click the bell icon next to the subscribe button so you're notified when we upload. And be sure to follow our Instagram that is linked in the description below.